Throughout my entire academic career, I got consistently decent grades because I did the bare minimum of just turning in assignments when they were due. But of course, I'd occasionally slip up, I'm human, everyone makes mistakes. And in those situations, I always did what every cornered animal does. I lashed out. I showed my teeth and I threw the Hail Mary. So I'd always try and weasel my way out or buy extra time through a little white lie, coming up with an excuse. I'd always try the classics like, "Hey professor, I'm sorry, my report's not ready today. I'm gonna need a little extra time." Last night, I found my brother lying face down in a pool of his own vomit. As you know, he struggles with alcoholism and he was about to meet his maker, so I had to improvise a saline drip solution in order to save his life, and things just got away from me and I ran out of time. I just try it because why not? There's no reason not to at least try and come up with an excuse to get a little extra time out of the assignment. But you know what there's never an excuse for? Drunk driving. Yeah, you bet your sweet bippy all of that was to say, I have no fucking respect for drunk drivers at all. I think it's inexcusable, I think it's unforgivable. Like, there's just never any justification for driving drunk. Especially not in today's world, where there's like Uber, Lyft, there's like 1,000 ways of just getting a ride home. Like, Jesus Christ, you could probably find someone on Craigslist that's giving piggyback rides out for $10. Like, there is just always a better way that doesn't involve driving drunk. And the reason I'm talking about that today is because a TikTok star named Amanda Caravala just lost her whole influencer career because a very embarrassing video has now hit the internet of her DUI that she received last year. It's fucking rough. I just saw a lot of people talking about it. I don't know the TikTok star, but it's apparently a pretty goofy video. So I wanted to at least see a little bit about it. It's nothing crazy. Okay, I'm still gonna give it a chance. This intro is going so hard for no reason. Makes me feel like I'm watching Miami Vice. What seems to be the problem, officer? How long are we just gonna stay? I mean, I think we can safely assume she's sleeping here. Maybe knock on the window. Are we timing her? Yeah, it looks like everything's okay here. Oh my god, wait, there's more police officers. Oh, you can't see it. It's behind my webcam. There's more police officers right here. Man, this whole block was popping off here. Damn. Everyone's catching the heat out here. I think we can establish that this is no condition to be driving in. She's missed a full cycle already. They might run if he wakes her up. That's a really good point that I didn't think about. That was actually a good point. So what's the proper protocol here? Slash her tires so she can't? Like, we're gonna have to wake her up eventually. We can't just let her sleep here all night. Oh. I see, so that was the play.
Whoa, whoa. Wake up! Put it in park!
Put the car in park!
Put
Damn.
the car in park!
She's like a zombie.
Police department, put the car in park!
Holy shit.
Wake up!
What is happening in there? This reminds me of the scene from the Resident Evil movie where there's that guy who says, "Don't open the door," right before he gets like his head blown off.
Come park over here.
Yeah, Amanda's having a real tough time here staying in this corporeal realm. Every time she starts dozing off, her jaw just falls to the floor like a Dementor about to suck out some happiness. It is like actually kind of disturbing to look at. I've been super drunk, like turbo intoxicated, and I can't recall any videos of me ever looking like that. Like, that is a different level where like your jaw muscles stop responding to you. So this could be more than just alcohol. Of course, I'm not there testing her blood or going over toxicology reports. I'm just speculating as a pea-brained fucking idiot observer over here. It just looks really weird that her jaw is doing its absolute best to escape her face. She starts looking like the monster from the Amnesia game. Man, this is rough. Holy shit, how long do we stay in this standoff?
Would you mind opening the door for me?
Break the window? I'm surprised they haven't. Hey, there we go.
Excellent. There we go.
Oh,
Nice. Police department.
Hey, what's going on?
Take your seatbelt off.
How fast was I going?
Know where you're at?
They're both, checking out for seats. I think you guys are like shit, you know what I'm saying?
What?
Relax for a second.
What
Do
happened?
you know where you're at?
Yeah?
Where?
At the decision.
At the what?
I'm still living.
At the what?
At the decision that.
Go step over here. Hey, we're gonna go over here. Go over.
At the what? What did you... The Abin Simon? Holy shit. Damn, she is fucked up.
A bunch of cop cars.
Nice. Astute observation.
Alright, come over here. Hello.
Maybe she's sober.
What's your name?
Amanda.
Amanda, what's going on tonight?
He's talking to her like a dog.
Cop car.
Yeah. Yeah, that you...
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Me?
Yes. How much have you had to drink tonight?
Um,
How much have you had to drink tonight?
Nothing.
Be honest.
what time is it?
3 o'clock.
Okay, 3 o'clock.
Yeah, how much have you had to drink?
3 o'clock. I've had 3 o'clock to drink tonight.
Okay. Alright, so my next
Alright.
question to you... Alright, man.
Can't argue with that,
Other
to be
questions?
fair. That was a pretty good
Anything that's
checkmate.
medically wrong with you? Are you diabetic?
How am I supposed to track your finger with just my eyes when my kids' cars are moving over here?
Okay. Alright, so
For no
kids'
reason.
cars? Okay. Do you
Yeah.
want to face this way? Yeah,
What
yeah,
is
yeah.
she seeing? My kids' cars. This is like in Looney Tunes where when someone gets hit with a mallet over their head, they're seeing like stars and little Tweety birds flying around in circles. This is... What the fuck? Yeah, this is like beyond faded. No, I'm sorry for the mistake, ma'am. Please, continue on your way. Seems we were wrong.
No shit!
Oh boy.
No shit!
Now we've reached that stage of being drunk where it's just loud and angry. Well, she either got banned or doesn't have an account on here anymore. Now, Amanda Caravala wasn't like a super duper TikTok star, but she had almost 2 billion views on the platform before, I'm assuming, being removed from it, or maybe she got laughed off the platform once this video was released. I'm really not sure on the timeline there. But if you want a little more information on the case, this video is actually from 2021, and she pled guilty and was sentenced to 12 months probation and 6 days of community service, and then paid about $2,000 in fines. So, overall, she got off pretty easy. Even though she wasn't involved in an accident or there were no victims, at least not that we know of, I still think that this is light sentencing, but of course it could be my own bias because of how much I despise the act of drunk driving. It's needlessly dangerous and endangers not only the driver's life, but anyone in their car and anyone in any car around them. It's fucking ridiculous. So she got off super easy. Like, I mean, goddamn. When they asked her how much she had to drink, her reply was 3 o'clock. She's had 3 o'clock to drink. Do you know how much that is? If you convert that into fluid ounces, that's like 5,000 beers. Like, that is an incredible amount of alcohol she's consumed. Like, her BAC must have been like a 10.0. Oh yeah, I also didn't show it in the video here, but I'll just explain it to you. Towards the end of her arrest, she kept asking for someone named Mike Davis to show up to the scene, as if she was like trying to summon Batman. Like, she repeatedly asks for some vigilante named Mike Davis, who apparently works for that police department. And that got a big giggle out of me, because I love to imagine, like, Mike Davis hears his name being called somewhere, and he hops in his car and his cruiser, turns on the siren, scoots in sideways, and gets out like an action movie hero and says, "Alright, boys, I've got it from here. You're safe now, Amanda." Like, I just have to imagine, like, she must have known of someone loosely in the police department and just tried her best to, like, get out of this by dropping his name, to no avail. Still getting arrested. And then she makes a huge hoopla in the car on the way there. But yeah, I just wanted to show this because I think this is an instructive moment on how your entire online career can be undone with one horrible decision. And not only that, a decision like drunk driving could just straight up end your life. One bad decision like that could just straight up fucking kill you. That's not an exaggeration. That shit happens all the time. Fuck drunk driving. Don't do it. A little PSA. That's about it. See ya. I learned about an extremely degenerate cop today that had a video surface with his behavior that's probably more embarrassing to the department than that cop that started going like G.I. Joe mode and just mag dumping after an acorn fell on his squad car. Officer Anthony Hare of the San Diego Pussy Department found himself in hot water after he was caught red-handed in the back seat with a female arrestee after she said she was down to fuck. So, one can infer from the context here that They weren't back there playing any Magic the Gathering. They weren't having themselves a commander night. There was sin and semen that contaminated the vehicle. He laid down more than justice that night. He's since resigned, but you can scrub away the cum, but you can't scrub the video footage because it has surfaced. Not of him actually, doing the dirty deeds here, but of him being caught. Because he locked himself in the back seat and thus needed assistance. And speaking of assistance, I bet you need help drinking beverages in a better way. That's what this Moist GamerSupps Waifu Collab Cup is all about. It's still available for about 1 more week, so go ahead and get this puppy right now. It's the finest goblet you'll ever drink out of. I'll put a link to it in the description. But anyway, let me go ahead and show you the video here as we go over the more particular elements of the case. So there was an officer in San Diego. Here, I'll just play the video. You don't even need to read the breakdown. I'll just show you the video real quick.
Oh, you're not? Don't say that right now. No, I said don't say that right now because everything's being recorded right now.
So this opened my eyes to a problem that I talked about a lot. That cops have full control over when they can stop recording something. So he mentions right there, this woman's like, I'm super down to fuck. And Anthony, he's pitching a tent. He's like, oh. And he's like, wait, don't say anything because this is still recording right now. He hasn't had a chance to turn it off. But he does. He does get that chance.
What's going on?
So then he takes her down here, and then they slam ham, and he gets locked in the back seat of the car. So he pulls over here. He and this woman, they do the hanky-panky in the back seat of the police cruiser, and Goober's stuck. So then another officer gets to the scene to free him. In front of a house. Yeah, that was another thing. The place he pulls in front of is just a fucking house. Like, imagine, like, you see the police car pull up, you're like, oh god, what's happening out here? And then you see this officer fucking in the back seat of the car here. Like, he didn't even go anywhere secluded or anything. He literally just slabs up in front of this house. I also just learned a little, I guess a little hack here for police cars. You can open the back door with that. That's a little trick.
114 yellow. What code for? Everything just went wrong. Okay, hold on. Let me turn my camera off.
Isn't that fucking awful?
She's code 4? She's code 4. Okay. Yeah, let me turn this off real quick.
Wait, before you confess to all of the awful shit you just did right here, let me turn off my camera. So that way there's no evidence. You turned off your camera, right? Okay, good, just making sure. That's so dumb. If you can just turn it off whenever, it's so fucking stupid. Typically it was like, oh, the camera malfunctioned, but here it's just like, wait, let me turn this off. Like, what's the point? No, he got fired. Or resigned or whatever. His claim is that he was just checking on her and that everything went wrong. You can see him like saying like everything just went wrong. I was just being such a gentle sir. I went back there to make sure everything was okay. I moonlight as a gynecologist, and she was having a medical emergency with throbbing pussy syndrome, and I went back there, and one thing leads to another. I'm stuck in the back seat, and now you're probably getting the wrong idea about what happened here. It was totally professional. The seaman was there earlier from a different suspect. You should have seen this fucking maniac. This degenerate was jerking off in the back seat and fucking blowing loads all over the place. It's not my seaman. And if you can trace it to me, it's because it's because he got some of my hair. He got some of my DNA. Oh, he was looking for contraband. So true. Keeping the streets safe. I was back there purely to make sure there were no drugs. She obviously planted the evidence on his belt. Now, the official explanation here from the source itself, Mr. Anthony Hare, says that he went back there because he believed that the woman was having a medical emergency. I'm actually inclined to believe Mr. Hare on this claim because I think there is a very high chance she was suffering a medical emergency. Cock withdrawals. This is a serious medical condition. In fact, it claimed the life of one of my buddy's grandmothers when we were growing up. She actually passed away from wiener withdrawals. If left unattended, the symptoms can be severe and even life-threatening. So Mr. Hare was just following his code to the letter. Protect and serve. Penis. And he didn't want to do it. Brother is a hero. He shouldn't be forced to resign over a misunderstanding. He should have been given the key to the city, I'd say. This whole thing is a classic example of it's not what it looks like, you know. He did what he had to do in the moment, and then, if we go back to the explanation, it all makes perfect sense. When he was getting out of the car, it accidentally knocked his body camera off, which is just a pure coincidence that the body camera, went dark after she had made the statement about being down to have sex and after him mentioning that the body camera was recording things. It's just really just unfortunate timing that he happened to have knocked the body camera off and it went dark right after those things had been said. But it could happen to anybody. According to the other officer, Mr. Hare was pretty embarrassed, refusing to elaborate on exactly what was happening and why he needed him out there and why he was asking about like a master key to the vehicle and stuff like that. And the woman was also, interviewed by investigators, and she claimed that he had asked for her number and to meet up when she was released from jail, saying he wanted to get with me when I was done with the warrant or whatever I got arrested for. She told investigators there was never any sexual contact between her and Mr. Hare. Really? You sure about that? What happened? Was there ejaculation showers that night? Why did he have cum on him? Where was that? Did someone drive by and throw in a cum potion? How did that happen if there was no sexual contact? But who am I to question the official story, I suppose? One thing I would like to see a little bit more elaboration on is why the officer who showed up told him to stop talking so he could turn off his body cam and they continue the conversation. That's a little weird, right? If it was all just a big misunderstanding, wouldn't you want that on record so you could clear up all of the misconceptions about it? That just seems a little suspicious. I just think it's super dumb that at any point in time an officer can just turn off their body cam and that doesn't lead to a lot of questions about why. I don't know, that just rubs me the wrong way. Kind of defeats the whole purpose of it, really. I wonder how often this happens. Probably more often than you'd think, I guess. I would guess. You remember, I actually made a video on this one a year ago. There was a cop who slabbed up in front of a school. I think it was a high school. And had a woman come into his police cruiser so they could fucking clap cheeks, so that way they could steam ham together in the back seat of his police cruiser in front of the school, and they would kick her out. So they were having an affair, and they do it in front of a school. So it probably happens a lot. In general, is it illegal to have sex in a car? That's a really good question. I'm gonna Google it. Because I think it would count as public indecency or something, right? Wouldn't it, if you got caught? But you can have sex in a car in your garage or something. If it's on private property and not in public. I think you just have to be out of view of the public. Generally, it is illegal to have sex in public if a reasonable person believes that someone will see them. Therefore, if you do not have reasonable expectation of privacy and you decide to have sex in your car, you could be brought up on criminal charges. Yeah. So you can if it's not in public view. So somewhere private. Which makes sense. Makes membership pricky. Though I like the idea that there's just a blanket illegality to it. Having sex in a car will have you in jail no matter where you do it. So you park your car in your garage, you fuck your wife or whatever, and then all of a sudden the sirens are blaring get the fuck out! Get off the ground! We know what you just did here! You're going to the slammer! Having sex in a car! Have you no decency? If you fuck in your car in the garage, do you leave it running? Educational question. I guess it depends on how long you last. If you're a one-pump chump, you could probably get away with leaving your car on, but if you actually go for a while, like maybe there's a carbon monoxide risk, potentially. I guess it depends on how long you do it. I would say you'd probably want to turn your car off just to be safe. You could at least leave the electrical on and have the air blowing. Probably don't need the whole car on. If you die mid-nut, will the semen that comes out still be viable? I don't see why not. Dine and dash is the act of eating a meal at a restaurant and leaving without paying. When I hear dine and dash being mentioned, I immediately go to the great Charles Doza, where he was arrested and then gave us one of the finest monologues ever recorded. This is Democracy Manifest. What is the charge? Eating a meal? A succulent Chinese meal? Get your hands off my penis! When that video went viral so many years ago, there was a ton of different rumors and stories surrounding it. It had this air of mysticism almost. It ranged from hyping him up as some kind of Gotham supervillain to him being an infamous dine and dashing culprit that they were finally apprehending. And for some reason, that always stuck with me. So when I think of Dine and Dash, he is who I picture in my head now. Even though that wasn't the truth of that situation there, it's still, for some reason, what has been locked in my noodle. So today when I saw a Bodycam video of a douchebag being arrested for Dine and Dashing, I couldn't help but just think about Charles Doza and how much cooler he was than this loser we're about to watch.
On August 16, 2022, officers responded to a report of a man leaving a restaurant without paying his bill.
Why are you asking for my fees?
Because you're being accused of a crime. I'm not saying that you're guilty,
I'm
but I gotta
sorry.
get you identified.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
All right? Relax. Come over here.
So that's the gist of it. He's being accused of not paying his bill at a restaurant, so now he's got 1 star and the cops are just casually coming up to him asking for his ID. This video is blown up over the last 12 hours, and every post about it says that this is a Wall Street Bets mod. I'm sure all of you have heard of that subreddit, Wall Street Bets. It's a very popular one, and I don't know if that's a true statement or not, but if this really is a mod on Wall Street Bets, that makes this situation even goofier, because this goober is the quintessential Reddit mod in real-life caricature, and good heavens, it couldn't be more fitting. It's exactly what you envision when you picture a mod interacting with other human beings in the real world.
I went over there to have happy hour. I had some food, and I day trade. I do option trading. I got a business major and I got an accounting, so I do day trading.
He randomly decides to mention that he's a day trader, does options like, yeehaw, woo, that's fucking awesome, this guy's amazing. It has nothing to do with anything. That is totally irrelevant to everything. It wouldn't matter if you're Michael Jordan. It doesn't change anything. It doesn't matter. You didn't pay your bill. You can't do that.
Were you by yourself?
Yes, by myself.
All right. How much did you eat? What did you buy?
No, it was only $70, bro.
$70 worth? All right.
So,
God, his attitude is so insufferable. So he's laughing at, it was only $70, bro. I make that in a millisecond with my day trading and options because I am a Hustlers University graduate and I learned all about this kind of stuff, brother. Like, I was on Reddit the other day getting my financial advice as I usually do, and I'm making a killing right now. $70, that's nothing. This is a non-issue. He just doesn't understand, like, liquidity versus supply and demand. He doesn't understand the bell curve, the angle of azimuth.
I tried to pay with Apple Pay.
Okay.
And he said, like, I'm sorry, sir, we don't take Apple Pay. I was like, cool, I give him my credit card. My credit card didn't go through. And his face was really upset already. And I'm like, I tried to educate him. I'm like, listen, I don't have any liquidity with me because most of my capital is my investments. In banks, I don't have banks neither.
He sounds like me when I was back in high school thinking of excuses for why I didn't finish an assignment. Like just a bunch of nonsense mumbo jumbo. He goes through this long speech about why he can't pay for it because he doesn't believe in liquidity. You know, liquidity is a belief held by simpletons and he doesn't have anything in the bank. He'd be a damn fool to have anything in the bank, obviously. So he just can't pay for the food at all. He talks about how all of his money's in investments, which is turbo dope. I have no doubt in my mind this guy is investing epic swag style into the coolest Web3 projects. He's got tons of awesome coins. Like, I know he's crushing it.
Big thanks to World of Warships for sponsoring this video. I've been working with the World of Warships team for quite some time to design some custom in-game content, so I'm a commander in the game now. I go by Chuck Blast on the seas out there, and I'm an absolute menace. The name of our ship is the Blastmaster. We sail under Chuck's flag, so I help design the assets, the camo, just kind of top to bottom. It looks like me, it sounds like me, because I do the voice acting for it.
Dead on target.
I'm, for all intents and purposes, engaged in war out there, and it's extremely fun. World of Warships is an amazing game that my father and I played together. He's been hard addicted for years, so it's really fun to watch him play as Chuck Blast. So there's new content released every month. There's so many ships to choose from: destroyers, battleships, aircraft carriers, cruisers, and you can play alone or in a division with friends. So you can use code Penguinz0 to get the mission to unlock me as your commander, Chuck Blast. You also get 7 days premium account time, 1.5 million credits, 500 doubloons, and the battleship Bayern. It's available for PC and consoles, and the code is for newly registered players, but
Existing players can acquire these items by purchasing my bundle or through the new internet's containers.
so you can click the link in the description to get started. Thanks again, World of Warships.
All right. Okay. Do you have any means to pay that 70?
No. I want to sue them. I'm sorry.
But do you,
No. I'm sorry. You're asking the wrong question, sir. I'm so sorry.
you consume food, right?
Huh?
You consume
Yeah,
food?
hell yeah.
It's just something was off with this guy. He pitched this crazy fit, went nuts in here, threatening people. I'm talking about like went nuts at the bar.
I love that he's playing the victim here like this. Oh, actually, I want to sue them for thinking I couldn't pay 70 measly dollars. 70 clams? Oh, that's nothing. Of course I can pay that. I have no ways of paying that because all of my money's in these investments, but I obviously have $70, and, I want to sue them now. Like, the delusion on this guy is incredible. I have no doubt that he was probably trying to barter with them at some point too. Like, oh, actually, do you accept bonds here? I'd like to pay in some of these bonds. As you see, I'm an investor, so I don't really believe in liquidity. Okay, maybe not bonds. Do you accept Safe Moon here? No Safe Moon? Oh my God, you guys are so behind on the times. This is archaic. No Web3 capabilities here. Okay, how about can I pay you in Cum Rocket coin? Okay, I'm out of here. You won't accept Cum Rocket coin? I was even going to leave a 200% tip. That's your fault now. $70 is nothing. That's literally no money at all. I fart and $70 comes out of my ass. It's not that I can't pay, it's that I'm not going to pay because you're not accepting real currency like my shit coins here. And apparently he was throwing a tantrum too, threatening people. What an unhinged lunatic.
Do you have a way to pay that bill now?
Correct. No, I don't have it now.
You can? All right.
No, I can't pay it.
But
But I want to report the
All
business.
right, but listen.
Because it was a statement. Can I say this?
Walking
Yeah.
away from a tab is
No,
a
he
crime.
kicked me out.
Yeah, I know, but because...
No.
All right. Hold on, Victor. No, you can't, Victor. You can't, because then you're going to go to jail.
No,
Yeah.
I know. but
Relax.
you gotta
Put your hand
listen.
over. Put yourself over here.
No, hands. No.
Put your stuff over here.
Don't come with that, sir.
Weirdo NPC here is trying a very interesting technique of being as annoying as possible. I cut out a large chunk of it there because it was just him putting on this, like, drama club thespian troupe performance about being on camera and shit, just to be a nuisance. So I think what he's trying to do here is just be so bothersome to the officer that the officer loses interest. So he, like, de-aggroes the police officer by just being annoying, and the police officer just doesn't want to deal with the headache and leaves. I'm pretty sure that's what his strategy is, but luckily, it doesn't work out.
How late can we stay open? It might take him till 10 o'clock before he can pay his tab. He was on his computer. I mean, it was nuts. This guy is out there.
Oíste, si le falté el respeto, excúsame. Because I go through this racist stuff all the time, stereotyping. But today I was like, you know what? I'm tired of it.
I think this guy is just a real con man, and I think he's going to go from place to place.
Call Officer Leo.
Yeah.
He then tries to claim that it was racism here that led to this situation. So he's really going for every possible approach he can to weasel his way out of this. The business owner here is saying how he thinks he's a con man who just goes business to business pulling this stunt. And I think he's probably right. It feels like this isn't his first rodeo with dine and dashing. It feels like this is probably something he does pretty often.
I got the money to pay, and I was trying to pay.
All right, can you pay now?
No, I'm not. I'm trying to pay, so I want to sit down, have a water while I get my payment.
This guy must have the orb of confusion in his pockets right now, because he is spitting some stupid shit. He is on that moron potion right now. It's so confusing listening to him. He's lost in his own sauce. He's like, oh, I just wanted to have a water. I was going to pay. I can pay. I was planning on paying. I wanted to pay. I was going to pay. The officer says, well, can you pay now? And he goes, no! It's like, what the fuck?
Can I do that?
All right, signal 20. I need to know if they want to press charges.
Yeah, because, no, I want to press charges, not them, me. Officer.
Andrade, can you answer me that question?
Charges, not them. I want to press charges to the restaurant, not to me.
I'm sorry?
We good.
Buddy starts spamming emotes now, and he's like, I actually want to sue them, not the other way around. Trying the Uno reverse card here. And I'd love to know how that lawsuit would go. I'm suing this restaurant because they're mad at me for not paying my bill. I fully planned on paying my bill, I just refused to. I even offered to give them an IOU. He didn't accept it. That's their fault, and they're mad at me? What the fuck? I did nothing wrong.
I'm so sorry. Estoy bien nervioso, man, because
All right, so if you have what do you have there that you can pay with, that you can pay the bill? What do you have here that you can pay the bill?
Right here, sir. My Robinhood account where I do day trading.
No, but you can't pay with that.
Yeah, so that's my only
You
form of
can't.
payment.
Okay, I
That's
got
not my
you.
problem. I'm trying to pay.
All right, hold on.
the thing. Yeah.
71 switching to.
He flashes his Robinhood account, which makes me believe he probably is a Wall Street Bets mod, because that's the starter pack. He's like, no, look, I could absolutely afford to pay. Look at my Robinhood account. And the officer's like, brother, you can't pay with that there. And he's like, I know, but look, it's right here. I can't pay, but look at this money here. This is where it all is. It's not my fault. What am I supposed to do about that?
Too.
I'm sorry, no. Déjame callarme porque me siento tan mal because I'm questioning your This is so funny. You can't wait to see what's gonna happen. It's amazing.
His mannerisms, he's like going full Joker mode here. I'm the Joker, baby. This guy's just acting like he's some kind of weird, quirky goofball. He's like, you're not going to want to miss what happens next. It's going to be amazing what happens next. Gotham deserves a new class of day trader, and I'm going to give it to him.
Póneselo, siéntate. Sit!
Dando.
71 taser pointed.
I'm sitting down, guys. Look at this.
All right, put your hands behind your back.
Okay.
Pete, put your hands behind your back.
Tell him that I'm trying to pay my costs, and now he's arresting me.
Get up.
Things have escalated here, and he continues to try and say that he's attempting to pay his tab. He's also lobbying to the civilians around him like, look at what's happening. I don't understand what's going on. I was just telling the officer I was trying to pay my tab. I even showed him my Robinhood account. I was going to pay my tab with my imaginary money that I don't have. What do you mean? I don't know what's gone wrong. This injustice. I can't believe it.
I'm Republican too, and he's Spanish. It's a system. He sucks, mama. Why are you searching me?
Stop. You're under arrest.
Why? He's telling me I'm under arrest, but he's not telling me why. Office.
You're under arrest for theft.
For theft. Mira, theft. I was stealing.
Thank you for your quickness and your kindness. Can I get you all the water here?
Oh.
Stay hydrated.
Thanks so much.
Thank
Appreciate that.
The juxtaposition between these two officers' experiences is comical. One of them's having the worst day of their life, having to interact with this insufferable loser, and then the other one's just hanging out with the restaurant owner who's being extremely sweet and then just gives him water, and he's like, oh, well, thank you so much for this. I appreciate it.
Yes, don't delete the video, please. Thank you, Officer Hernandez. Thank you, man. I appreciate your service. Just don't delete the video.
I cut out a lot there. Things get very messy. It reaches this weird climax where this guy just starts going a little ballistic and wiggling around, which eventually ends with him getting taken to the ground and charged with resisting on top of already this. And now they've got him in the back of the patrol car and he's asking them not to delete the video, which I think he really should have asked them to delete the video. I don't know why he thought he'd come out of this looking like the good guy here. Everything you could do wrong, he did wrong many, many times. I'm honestly convinced that he must have been the diversion to a bigger scheme, like something out of Ocean's 11, where this guy was supposed to just occupy all of the police's time by just being as loud and over the top as possible to direct their attention all on him while his associates do crime elsewhere. So that way it'd keep the heat off of them and focus entirely on him. Because that's what it feels like. Out of nowhere, he just starts like yelling and screaming and trying to like get everyone's attention from the public around him too. And it just makes this huge hoopla, this massive song and dance out of this situation. So it really feels like he was the diversion in a movie for a bigger crime plot. It was weird.
I can pay the tab right now if you want. Like, it's no problem. And I can tip them the $100. No? and I know it was a miscommunication, and I know you're gonna have to apologize to me, you know, and the owner is gonna have to apologize to me too.
You can't pay the tab by just flashing your Robinhood account at someone. It doesn't just beam the money quantumly into their cash register. You can't pay it. That's the whole root of the issue here. You were provided a service under the expectation that you would pay for the service you were provided, and you can't. Also, you apparently freaking out and throwing a massive tantrum in the restaurant probably didn't help things at all. I imagine if you were a bit more respectful about it, like, oh man, Apple Pay's not going through, my credit card's not swiping, something must really be wrong. I can afford to pay this, but maybe we'll need to think of another way of doing it, this and that. Like, if you were more respectful about it, I imagine this may have played out a little bit differently. But anyway, I just wanted to talk about this a little bit. That's about it. See ya. Justin Timberlake DWI Bodycam just dropped. There were a lot of people very excited to see this footage here. This was almost as hyped as Project Hail Mary hitting theaters. And that's because Justin Timberlake fought to keep this Bodycam from being released. He went through the legal process of suppressing it, stating like privacy concerns and reputational damage from what I was reading. So people then started to really get curious. Well, what happened in this Bodycam? Did he start dropping slurs? What, did he pull his whole fucking wiener out? Like, how crazy must this Bodycam have gone to have Justin Timberlake now fighting tooth and nail to bury it? And now, after some back and forth, they reached an agreement and the Bodycam is out in the wild. So, let's take a look at it.
So the reason for the stop is because you keep veering off to the left and then you're not stopping at the stop signs.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Is this your vehicle? Whose vehicle is it?
It's just a rental.
It's a rental? Okay. Do you have any registration with it? Do you know if they can put it in the glove box? How long are you renting it for?
Just for a couple of days.
What are you visiting?
Yeah, I'm on tour.
What are you doing?
I'm on a world tour.
Oh yeah, you can just feel it. The writing's on the wall. Justin Timberlake is charging his alt right now. He's about to unleash his Bankai, dropping his name, thinking that it's, you know, the ultimate ace up his sleeve. He's explaining to the officer he's renting the vehicle because he's on the tour. The world tour, obviously. I mean, everyone knows the world tour's going on.
A what?
A world tour.
Doing what?
Hard to explain. A world tour. I'm Justin Timberlake.
What's your name?
Justin Timberlake.
You are Justin Timberlake?
Yeah.
You have a license with you?
Yeah, I do.
There it is. He alted. I'm Justin Timberlake. Now, it does seem like he didn't want to utilize his noble phantasm there, releasing his name like that. It feels like he was trying not to, but couldn't figure out any other way of explaining the world tour. So then he says, I'm Justin Timberlake. And I'm guessing he was expecting the officer to get down on his hands and knees and start kissing his feet. My apologies, Mr. Timberlake. I had no idea. I couldn't say, I can't wait for the world tour. Can I get some tickets? But that's not exactly how it unfolded. I also don't really understand why it was so hard for him to explain what the world tour that he referenced is. How difficult is it to say that he is a performer? He sings and dances, right? It couldn't have been that hard. It's not the most confusing thing to explain. He wasn't out there trying to solve a fucking Millennium Prize problem here in mathematics. Unless Justin Timberlake believes that he's much more than a singer and a dancer. He's I'm an artist. In fact, I don't even like that nomenclature. I'm something of a divine creator of entertainment. So I'm finding it a struggle to explain this world tour to you. So, Justin Timberlake, perhaps you've heard of me?
And then when we do this, just like you're doing right now, arms, feet together, arms by your side. You're doing it just now. I'm just going to re-explain it before we continue, okay? Arms by your side, feet together, and then you're going to keep your head straight and just keep your head straight. Only follow with your eyes, okay?
Okay.
You understand that? All right.
Yes, sir.
They got him going through the FSTs now, the field sobriety tests, and he is looking and sounding pretty sloshed. He's not exactly passing this pop quiz with flying colors.
Put your left foot on this imaginary line.
This one?
Yep. And then put your right foot in front of your left. And what you're going to do, you're going to stand just like this. Left foot on the line, right foot right in front of your left. And you're going to stand like this. And then I'm going to explain everything, and then we'll go ahead and do it, okay? Okay. So left foot on the line. Left foot on the line first. And then you're going to put your right foot in front of your left. Stay just like that, okay? So you're going to be heel to toe like this. Heel to toe. Put your left foot on the line. Yep.
The heel to toe straight line test was catastrophic, which actually surprised me. I thought given Justin Timberlake's dancing background and his history of dancing, he'd be able to just ace that, even while completely blackout drunk. Like, I have expected him to go above and beyond, like, oh, just a straight line, that's it? No, this ain't amateur hour. How about this one, officer? I'll do you one better. You ever seen some of this? You ever seen some of this? Could a drunk man do this? Huh? What about this? Yeah!
You're going to have your right foot in front of your left, heel to toe.
Here?
Okay, so we're going to put our left foot on the line first. Put your right foot in front of your left, heel to toe. And you can stay just like that, okay?
Okay.
Okay. So this is going to be a series of 9 heel to toe steps. I will demonstrate this like you're doing right now. While you're doing this, you're going to look down at your toes.
Guys, I'm just following my friends back to my house.
Seems like he could smell it wasn't going overly well, so he's like, listen, guys, we're blowing this way out of proportion. I'm just drunk driving following my friends home. Like, this must be some kind of big misunderstanding. Like, come on, man. This is Justin fucking Timberlake. This guy has millions of dollars and has had millions of dollars for decades. You're telling me he couldn't call an Uber or have one of his, like, posse drive him home? This guy travels with, like, an entourage, I imagine. Nobody could drive him home. He is very clearly impaired here. Like, this is absurd.
Right foot in front of your left. You gotta stay like that, and then
Just like this?
it's gonna look like that. We'll start, okay? We'll start.
He's going to tell you when you're supposed to begin. He just wants you.
I'm sorry.
You're all
I'm
good.
sorry.
He just wants you to be in position. He's going to basically tell you when to go. Okay.
So I'm gonna have you get in position, then you may begin.
And then just walk. I'm sorry. I'm
Here. Ready? Ready?
I'm a little nervous.
Left.
I'm just,
Right foot in front.
And you may begin. 3, 5, 7.
Again, not a slam dunk performance there. To be honest, I am surprised he didn't go harder on the Justin Timberlake angle. Like, I'm surprised he didn't try and just sit them down for an acapella of, you know, NSYNC's greatest hits or something. Like, guys, we can solve this through the power of friendship, love, and NSYNC. In fact, here, I got a crowd favorite for you. Dirty Pop! Pop! He starts breaking that one out. That one was always one of my favorite NSYNC tracks, the pop one.
Hi, are you with Justin? Okay, perfect. Yeah, we're doing a couple tests on him. Okay.
Help us.
What's up?
Help.
You need help?
No, I'm just kidding.
Okay. We're just doing a couple of tests on him. I need you to hang out over here just so you don't interfere with them. Okay.
Player 2 plugs in the controller here, coming from out of nowhere, just in the pitch darkness out there. She just rolls up and then says, help us. Like, actually, like some shit out of Weapons or something there. It was very peculiar. And the officer's like, what? You need help? She's like, no, it's just a joke. I'm just yanking your chain. I'm just jerking your gherkin. What's going on over here? You got my friend Justin.
Okay.
Yeah, we just have to do a couple of tests on him, make sure he's okay to drive as well.
Okay. If not, we can have someone drive him.
Right, gotcha.
So she appears to be a member of his team, and then says that if he's not okay to drive, they can have someone drive him. Well, why the fuck didn't you just do that in the first place? Did Justin insist that he drive himself? I do my own stunts, guys. I'm fine. Yeah, I can't really see straight, but I'm good to drive. You gotta trust me here, damn it. I wrote Bringing Sexy Back. I know what's best for us.
1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000.
That's all good. Alright.
By the way, these are like really hard tests.
Well, he was already operating the vehicle, so we need to make sure that he's okay. He wasn't operating the vehicle under any kind of impairment.
Got it.
That's all. If he's all good,
Can I
We'll
charge
send-
my phone? Is that okay?
yeah, you can go into the vehicle. That's perfect.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, it's fine. Okay. Ma'am, do you have another way to get home?
Can I drive?
Have you been drinking?
No.
You haven't been drinking
I
tonight?
had like one glass of wine.
Okay, no problem. How are you related? Friends?
Friends, obviously.
Okay, if he's okay with you driving the car, you look like you're fine to me?
They got JT in the handcuffs now after the series of field sobriety tests here. And then the lady who showed up, she's now questioning what's going on. The officer's explaining to her, and then she's asking to drive the vehicle home. The officer asks if she has another way of getting home. And I have to imagine the answer to that question is yes, because how did she arrive here in the first place? Like, did a fucking spaceship drop her off? I'm really curious because she, I believe, does end up taking his car there. So I guess maybe she had someone from the team drop her off here. Like maybe they have a GPS tracker on JT, so when they noticed that he was stopped for a while, they sent her in as the cavalry to check on her. Like, I'm actually kind of confused on exactly where she came from. So I looked it up, and she was in the vehicle that Justin was apparently following. So I'm guessing, so she is the designer, and she was with her husband, and Justin was apparently following their car. So I'm guessing they noticed that his car was no longer behind them, so then they kind of threw that shit in reverse and went to locate him, and then she tried to help here, though unsuccessfully.
But
I don't look fine
you look
to you.
fine to you.
Oh, I was like, wait,
no,
what?
If you look under the front of the car.
Hold on, what do I look like?
You look under the front of the car.
Do
It's
I not
fine.
look good?
So he's coming with us. Okay.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
No, why?
He's being arrested for intoxicated.
Stop it.
DWI. Yes.
No way.
Yes.
Don't say it.
Yes. He's coming back with us. Speech isn't slurred.
You're
you're
arresting Justin Timberlake right now?
Yeah.
Stop it.
Yes.
Why?
He was driving drunk.
He wasn't.
Her strategy is quite the desperate attempt here. She's like, no, you can't be. You're arresting Justin Timberlake. No, stop it. No, he wasn't driving drunk. No, what? Nuh-uh. You guys are wrong. This can't be. This is Justin Timberlake. So, even though he didn't really play the Justin Timberlake card a ton during their interaction, she is using it willy-nilly. And again, it's not working.
He failed every single one of our test scrapes.
What do you mean?
So at this point, so listen, this is a private matter with us and him. Okay, I can't really talk about it too much.
Okay,
he's
okay, I got
He's
it.
not.
There has to be a moment of talking.
No. Not anymore.
Please help me.
Not anymore.
Hold on.
Okay.
So
Hold on.
this
This
is the registration.
Can you guys please just do me a favor because you loved bye 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 or
I'm
like
happy-
sexy back?
so- I'm
Like,
happy-
do me one favor. Let me ask him if he wants me to give him his phone.
Yeah. I mean,
This is
it's-
insane.
So it's not going to be a long thing. I'll let you walk up real quick.
Please.
Listen,
Help. Okay.
Take a breath,
I'll let
okay?
you walk up real quick.
She did it. She dropped some track names. Guys, bye bye bye, sexy back. We all loved it. So you're going to help me out here, right? We're going to get this solved. And the guy's like, okay, look, you can go talk to him. And as he is like saying like, okay, look, she's like, please help. Like, come on. So she's starting to get kind of rowdy here about the whole thing. But they do let her go talk to Justin about his phone specifically. And I gotta tell you, I do really like the attempt from her to, drop the old boner jams, as the get out of jail free card. Guys, we all liked bye bye bye, right? Just imagine a world where that works where the officer's like, wait, oh my god, Justin Timberlake, he's in sync, that's right. I love that one. Bye bye bye. Yeah, alright, let's go get him out the back. Oh, what will we doing? We feel like real fools now. Thank you so much for reminding us.
What was the traffic violation I missed?
I observed you.
Just so I know for future reference.
I observed you failing to fully stop at the stop sign, and then while you were driving, you failed to keep right on numerous occasions. So you're very.
Wait, start over? Sorry.
So
One more time?
you failed to stop at the stop sign, and then while you were operating the motor.
Actually, Justin, I think I can chime in here as well to help you for future reference. Just don't drink and drive. It's like the easiest thing in the world to avoid doing, especially for someone with the endless resources that you have. Just call an Uber or have one of your friends that are constantly around you to drive you home when you've been drinking. So that way, not only are you safer for it, but all of the innocent people on the road around you are as well. So you're not jeopardizing their safety. It's actually really easy to avoid drinking and driving, believe it or not, Justin.
Good question.
Yeah, happy to answer anything I can.
Is this the normal process?
Yeah, everything is pretty standard. Nothing of the ordinary. We do this for everyone that gets arrested for DWI. Is there anything specifically about it it's just standard protocol.
Gotcha. I appreciate you boys for doing your job, man.
I appreciate that you understand that we got to do
I
our thing.
appreciate you boys for doing your job. I had one martini and I followed my fucking friends home. And I appreciate you boys for doing your job. Yeah.
Man, you can just tell by his eyes, he is just not there right now. It really does look like he is hammered, and he keeps doing like these long pauses and then a slight smile, like this devious smirk. It's odd, but it's because he's drunk. Now, I will say, this isn't the craziest body cam ever released. I went into this expecting it to be just truly degenerate because of how Justin and his team were responding to it, doing everything they could to stop it from being released, silence it. So I really expected it to be much worse. And I think the decision to try and bury it was one that shined a much bigger light on it and most likely had even more people tuning in to see what he was trying to stop everyone from seeing from the body cam. As I've always said, I have no respect for drunk drivers, so I think this is a huge L for Justin Timberlake, and also the follow-up L of trying to suppress it. That was a terrible decision there as well. That was a rough chess maneuver they attempted. Anyway, just wanted to yap about it a bit. That's it. See ya. A drunk driving lawyer was recently arrested after flipping her car, and the footage from the arrest has just been released by a YouTube channel called Police Watch, and I thought it'd be fun to go over it because goodness gracious, heavens to Betsy, it is an interesting one. This lady is truly horrible.
Hello.
Hello.
Did you call?
I don't know where the girl is that was driving.
She's right there. Whose car is this?
That's my grandson's, and it was parked right here. He hasn't went anywhere all day. And
is everybody okay?
Yeah,
okay.
Everybody's
all right.
okay.
I'll just have you guys hang out over there for now, okay?
Now you're all brought up to speed with the lore here, the context of the situation. An intoxicated woman was driving her vehicle, hit a parked car, which caused her vehicle to flip and land on its side. This actually looks like something out of GTA when you ramp off of a parked tow truck, but you don't fully land the stunt.
Hello.
Hi.
Looks like you might have crashed your car, huh?
Oh my gosh. Hi. Yeah, I'm Rachel. Nice to meet you.
Rachel? Eli, nice to meet you. What's going on? How'd this happen?
I don't know.
Almost immediately, this officer had me giggling because he's speaking to her like he's speaking to a puppy. Like, oh, hello there. Oh, well, what's going on? You got a toy? What's happening over here? And then we're introduced to our protagonist, Rachel. And when asked what happened, she goes for the tried and true method, a timeless classic, playing dumb. Geez. Oh, man. Boy, howdy. I don't know how this happened. What is the car doing on its side? That can't be right. What a confounding mystery we're faced with, eh, officer?
You're not sure?
Yeah.
It's your car?
This is my vehicle,
Yeah.
yes, obviously.
Well, how did it end up on its side? Do you know? Did it just...
I mean, obviously it didn't just
Right.
play itself.
I see a kid's seat. There wasn't a kid in here when this happened,
No,
was there? Okay.
no children in here. Obviously, this didn't just happen by itself.
Right.
So that...
Were you driving it?
You're going to quickly realize that obviously is Rachel's favorite word in the English language. She uses the word obviously more than a teenager uses the word like. It started to lose meaning for me with how often she was saying it during this video. But she's trying to explain that it is her vehicle that's ended up on its side, but she doesn't really understand how it happened. Obviously, something must have happened. But what? We've got to get to the bottom of this, officer. We got to figure out how my car ended up like this. Perhaps a strong gust of wind? Spontaneous tornado? Unlikely. But what about Godzilla stomping around causing a bit of shaking on the road, which caused my car to pop up on two wheels, Dukes of Hazzard style, and just flip. I don't know, officer. There's a lot of things that could have led to this, obviously.
I obviously was driving the vehicle.
Okay.
So, I mean, do you,
Go ahead.
do you
Just need the
always
one
ask
for
redundant
Adam Victor.
questions, or you just ask questions?
I just ask questions. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on. That's all.
Yeah,
It's
I mean-
Rachel, right?
It is, Rachel. It's nice. Yeah. I was just driving down the road. And then on
10-4,
my
can you run it?
vehicle.
So were you driving this way?
Yeah, obviously. That's the way the vehicle's facing.
Why do you
So,
keep saying obviously?
well, I mean, I think.
The officer's asking too, why do you keep saying obviously? He just rolled up to the scene. Pulling up to a scene with a fucking rolled over car on its side isn't exactly the most normal thing ever. That's not something that just spontaneously happens. Especially on like a not busy residential street with nothing around. This is a fucking barren, empty area here. It's like she just crashed outside of Courage the Cowardly Dog's house in the middle of nowhere. So clearly the officer doesn't know all of the details around how this could have possibly happened. So he's asking you. I don't know why she's so combative already. I mean, obviously, I know why she's so combative, because she is annihilated. She is extremely drunk. There's no telling where the alcohol stops and the blood starts in her body anymore. She is doing her best to try and find some way of weaseling herself out of this situation. A car turned on its side here isn't just some, like, random thing that happens. So her going, obviously I was driving in this direction, there was a car, and well, one thing leads to another, and now look at the pickle we're in. Yeah, you know, it happens all the time. Why are you making a big deal out of it, officer? Do you always ask such redundant questions?
Everything with this scene is pretty obvious, so
Okay.
I don't think there's much left to.
I guess, did you just not see the car on the side of the road, or how did it end up getting hit?
There was no car on the side of the road.
There wasn't?
Not to my knowledge, no.
Rachel, I am looking at the car on the side of the road that you hit. It's still right there. It hasn't despawned. It's sitting right there. You looked at it. The officer shined a light at it. Did she drink herself blind or something? What are you talking about? The car you hit is still right there, staring you in the face, staring a hole through your soul. I don't know why she's trying to, like, pretend it's not there.
There was a car driving this way. I was clearly driving in my lane.
Okay. Go ahead.
She's trying to cast like a genjutsu on the officer here to convince him that there was another car driving and that's the one that's actually at fault. Clearly she was in the correct lane, like a good law-abiding citizen and a very not drunk good driver. And then all of a sudden things went cattywampus and it's all that other driver's fault that was driving this way. And then the officer goes over to the vehicle that she hit, the parked car, and then she still tries to continue this ruse that she did everything right, and yet can't explain how her car ended up on its side. Oh my god. And the entire time she still stays so condescending, so insufferable.
Where are you coming from tonight, Rachel?
I was coming from my friend's house on the south of town.
On south of town?
South. Yeah.
Okay.
Super
Was there anyone in the
familiar with it.
vehicle with you when this
No,
happened?
there was nobody with me, and I can tell you, like, there was obviously
You had anything to drink tonight, Rachel?
no, I
You
haven't.
can just be honest with me.
Well, I'm convinced she's stone cold sober. Well, now we just gotta find the guy who's responsible for flipping her car over, that hooligan, absolute scoundrel. I also don't understand what she started doing with her hands there. She just goes like, obviously, and then starts doing like a John Cena, you can't see me. So I don't know what she was trying to do there. It looked like she was about to bust out a fucking anime move with that one, or start going into like some crazy dance moves, like a body wave or something.
No, I
It's not
haven't.
gonna it's not gonna incriminate you any further. or
No,
anything
no,
like
I know. Nope, no.
that? Nothing to drink, huh?
Not since 6 p.m.
6 p.m.
So I would
For a
say,
few hours then.
yeah. Like,
What did you have at 6?
I had what we considered a beer cocktail,
Beer
I
cocktail.
guess.
How much alcohol would you say is in that?
It's a 4%. 4%.
And you just had one of them?
Yeah, it's just a fun.
A beer cocktail, Rachel. Do you think me a fool? Are you pulling my leg? A beer cocktail? Kind of fucked up alchemy is that? What kind of awful potion? You kidding me? That's the best you could come up with here? You expect anyone in the world to believe that you drank one beer cocktail? Jiminy Christmas. And you were doing such a great job with your acting performance. This display was immaculate. I was almost convinced, Rachel. I really was. If I couldn't hear the video, if I played it on mute, maybe. Every single word she has said, she hasn't been able to get out without it being slurred. She is unable to form a coherent sentence. She is lost in a fucking fantasy land right now, stranded in Narnia here, doing her absolute best to try and explain away how her car is on her side, when I am pretty sure she doesn't even know how it happened because she is so fucking drunk.
Okay. We were at a fantasy football draft tonight.
That explains the jersey. You a Cowboys?
Yeah, that's why I'm in New
fan?
Jersey. Yeah, I'm a Cowboys fan.
Right.
But yeah, I just had one cocktail. It was a, I don't know the brand name of the cocktail. I'm sorry.
That's okay. It's not bad.
But I know it was 4% alcohol.
Don't worry, Rachel. I'll go ahead and dunk this alley-oop you've tossed me. I think I know what the brand name was of the cocktail you consumed. Was it perhaps a Liar's Light? Or what about a untruthful brew? You're a liar. What I'm saying, Rachel, is you are literally lying. This is ridiculous. You make me sick.
So here's the deal, Rachel.
So here's the deal. I won't answer any more of your questions.
You're not going to answer any more of my questions?
No.
Okay. Well, you don't have to answer anything.
If you'd like to know... Nope. Actually, Rachel? I'll let you know what's going on from now. Because you've superseded your rights of asking me questions.
Hi, ma'am.
Oh shit, Rachel's in control now. She's taken the helm. She's in charge. She's got all the power now. Uh-oh. The tables have turned.
Nope. And so any more questions you have, you can talk to my attorney.
Case closed. There's nothing they can do anymore. Rachel invoked the power of attorney, which obviously clears her of any wrongdoing with the drunk driving and hitting a parked car, flipping her vehicle on the road here. So, hey, it was a good try from the officers, but unfortunately Rachel proved to be too powerful, too knowledgeable on the law. And that's no doubt because she herself is a lawyer. A damn good one at that, too. Up there with the greats, like Saul Goodman and Billy Mitchell.
Phone, wallet, keys, anything like that?
No, honey.
Okay. All right. Ready?
Okay. You ready? Let's go.
Rachel refused to do any of the field sobriety tests. They arrested her on suspicion of DWI, and Rachel continued to be an insufferable asshole the entire time, even dropping one of those honeys in there. So, still condescending. It's actually pretty impressive how even in the midst of all of this, she continues to be an absolute asshole. It's actually kind of wild. I wonder what she's like sober. I bet this is her toned down. I bet when she's sober, she's like 10x this. Like when she goes to a Cowboys game, I bet she's like fighting with every single other fan in the stadium. Like she's going around just starting shit with everyone, spitting on them.
I mean, did you assume I was operating under alcohol, or had you been assured by some sort of test? You just assumed, right? Correct? And is our conversation being recorded?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. Correct? So you assumed I was operating my vehicle. Correct? Is that correct? Yes or no?
Rachel, we're not going to have this conversation.
Okay, so that was correct, right? That's why you arrested me. You assumed I was operating my vehicle. Correct?
She spends a considerable amount of time in the back of the police car trying to mega mind her way out of this situation, a fucking Jimmy Neutron brain blast. So she's trying to reverse this, like interrogate them. Oh, you assumed I was the one driving the vehicle, correct? And yes, you admitted to that, Rachel. You yourself confirmed you were the one operating the vehicle, but I'm sure she's already forgotten that. Like, the only thing she's remembering consistently is her name. So she's already in a rough state, but she's trying her absolute best here to try and find the right dialogue tree option to get out of here, but it doesn't exist. And it is so annoying listening to her try this, like, you assumed I was under the influence, correct? You didn't administer any tests, correct? Even though they tried to, but she declined to do the tests. So yes, they're going by the very clear indicators that you are drunk with the way you're speaking, as well as the smell of alcohol on her breath. Now, I was honestly expecting her to try some very unhinged tactics here, like maybe making a secondhand smoke style argument like, okay, the smell of alcohol on my breath, interesting. I only had one beer cocktail. Perhaps the reason that you're smelling alcohol so strongly from my breath is because all of my friends were drinking so much at the fantasy football party that my proximity to them coated my mouth, thus leading to this method of alcohol that you're smelling. I didn't drink anything more than one beer cocktail. I am not drunk. I am a victim of secondhand alcohol.
I won't talk anymore, dear. You never read me my Miranda rights or told me what I was under the arrest for. So I was looking for some clarification because my Miranda rights were never read, and you also never told me what I was under the arrest for. Do you remember that part? It's a bitch when you arrest a lawyer.
The amount of time she gets us with a bait and switch by saying, I'm done talking, or you'll just have to speak to my attorney from now on, that's it for me, only to continue just fucking vomiting a bunch of nonsense, is so wild. She just has this inability to shut the fuck up. She just keeps going and keeps being an insufferable asshole. Now she drops a bombshell here, a plot twist that Game of Thrones could have never even written, that has me scratching my head a little bit. It's a very interesting claim that I have to call objection on. She insinuates that she is a lawyer. Now, I'm not a lawyer. I haven't passed the bar, which means I can sniff out when other people haven't passed the bar as well. And oh brother, does she stink. She reeks of lying and deception here. I don't think she's a lawyer at all. I think what likely is the case is that she read a single Twitter thread from some pseudo-intellectual that tried to lecture about, here's how you get out of any situation involving the authorities. And then she's taking it as though she's some kind of knowledgeable lawyer or something now because of it. Because she is wrong on everything. She's saying that they didn't tell her what she's being taken in for, even though they explicitly told her that it's going to be for the OWI. Like, they made it very clear. She just immediately forgot because she is fucking hammered. And then she's talking about the Miranda rights not being read to her. And now take this with a grain of salt, because like I mentioned, I am also not a lawyer. But from everything I've read, they don't need to read you your Miranda rights until it is like a complete formal investigation. It's just everything you say before those rights are read can't be used by them.
We just kind of let you, like, walk into those things. But you didn't read me my Miranda rights, and you also didn't tell me what I was under arrest for. Do you remember that? And the best part was that was all on dash cam footage. I mean, it's okay. We all learn. The worst part is I'm not intoxicated, and I don't think there's anything else to say.
She tries to give almost like a supervillain monologue here. You fell for my trap. I let you all walk into it. It was all designed from my master plan, my scheme. And you fell hook, line, and sinker for it. But you know the worst part? I'm not even intoxicated. As she's like falling in and out of consciousness, not even able to remember what has and hasn't been said or what's going on. She's probably forgotten that she flipped her car. But yeah, anyway, I'll go ahead and stop it here. Like I always say, I have no respect for anyone who drives drunk. Just like cereal deserves milk, I think drunk drivers deserve to be shamed. So, I'm just doing my due diligence here. Big L for Rachel, and that's really about it. Glad no one was hurt. That's it. See ya. I saw a Bodycam video today that had such a weird story to it that I just found myself on the edge of my seat. And it's not because it was some kind of high-octane pursuit or anything. It wasn't like Dukes of Hazzard style or, you know, them chasing someone who's ramping their car off of a parked tow truck as, like, rockets fly out of the top or anything. It wasn't exactly a spectacle. In fact, on paper, it's probably one of the most boring things you could imagine for a Bodycam video. They pull over a man on his bike because he didn't have a rear reflector. Like, that's not exactly like, jaw on the floor, like biting at your fingernails type action or anything. That's about as exciting as trying to arrest someone for forgetting their library card, right? But this was just the first domino to fall that led to a crazy story that ultimately concludes with everyone learning that the guy on the bike is actually a fugitive who's been on the run for almost 30 years, a convicted rapist who escaped and fell off the grid, and now they've found him because of his bike not having a rear reflector.
You gotta have a rear reflector on your bike, my man, if you're gonna ride on the roadway. So, what's up?
Oh, okay.
So, and then if you're gonna ride at night, you need a front light. I'm sure you know that, but you got an idea on you real quick, just so I can say a stop to talk with you?
With me.
Okay. Can I get your,
Greg Stallings.
Greg Stallings is your name?
Gregory.
Okay.
Introducing the man formerly known as Gregory Stallings. We'll soon learn that this is just an alias, an Xbox Live gamer tag. Now, it's not hard to fake a name, anyone can do that. I could go around calling myself Jerichomo Double Chin, but I don't have an ID to prove it, though if you're confident enough with what you're saying, a lot of people will just believe you. So, he'd been able to get by going by Gregory Stallings and even had a social security number to give the officer.
I think I wrote something down wrong. What's your full social? Perfect. Yep, hang tight for me. Gregory, I'm still not getting that back. Are you sure that's right?
Pretty sure. I've been a long time since I have to look.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the social didn't turn up anything either. It's very easy to make up numbers. You can make up a social as well just by spouting some random fucking numbers. However, you'll soon learn that he's not just making up information. It's actually much deeper than that.
If you're riding your bike and someone rear ends you,
Oh, yeah.
and then they can kind of
They
point the
didn't
blame
see no
because the
sticker.
reflector.
Yeah.
And I hate that because it's like, no, it's
I understand that.
copy. Can we try a soch? And I'm also with our traffic unit, so I do all our accident investigations.
Okay.
So whenever bikes are involved, it almost always is way worse than.
Yes, it usually hits you from behind.
Yep.
Now, when I first saw the headline to this story, I wondered, how common is it for officers to even bother pulling over someone on a bike for something as simple as this? To me, that just sounded like fishing for an arrest to meet like a quota or something where you get like a nice gold star for an additional arrest on something small. Because it sounds very simple, right? It just sounds like something they wouldn't even take the time out of their day to do. It'd be like if the cops started chasing you down and fucking pit maneuvered you on the way to the grocery store, guns blazing, get the fuck out of the car! We saw that you put the Hatsune Miku box in the garbage instead of the recycling. You're out of line! Just something like really simple. But when the officer explains it, it makes a lot more sense. So he explains that he doesn't arrest people for this. He just pulls them aside, lets them know, like, hey, you should have the rear reflector on because if a car hits you, they could point the blame on you for not having it. It's just safer if you do have it. And he just explains that it's really just him letting them know and nothing beyond that. But he still has to go through standard protocol of confirming that the person is who they say they are, which I think makes total sense.
I haven't had a driver's license in years. I haven't.
Copy. Can you try running him through Florida? How long have you been living up here then? Just think of what state. I can get you through any state, even if it's really old. So I know it's been a while. Just try to think. Yeah, try to think for me.
Sorry, I can't help you, dude. I'm sorry.
Where else have you lived? Have you ever had any other run-ins with any law enforcement for us? No?
They've reached a standstill here, so he has no identification, and the information he's providing isn't turning up any results. They then try and run him through Florida, because he had made a mention of Florida. I feel like you could also run anyone by Florida, and you'll find something fucking crazy. You'll probably find, like, Gregory Stallings was actually, like, a Florida conquistador who drank from the fountain of youth and now currently resides at Clearwater, right next to the Scientology church or something. Like, I thought once he said Florida, his goose was cooked, they'd find something, but they didn't. So now they're still just trying to figure out, okay, how can we confirm that you are who you say you are? And it's not really getting anywhere. He also then told them a story about how he got hit by a car, so his memory's a little foggy.
I'm just going to take your word for it, okay?
Okay, thank
All right.
you.
Yep.
Cool.
I don't shake hands, sorry.
Okay.
Yep, you're good. Drive safe.
The officer eventually just says, you know what, fuck it, we'll take you at your word for it, and he offers a handshake, which is immediately declined. I honestly, when he said I don't shake hands, I honestly thought the officer might go with like a, but I do high five, and he goes like, down low, too slow, walks away, puts on his fucking shades or something. So, Even though Gregory Stallings has successfully de-aggroed the cop here, he's now outside of the dialogue trees, the officer still wants to get to the bottom of this because it is very odd that none of the information he provided turned up any results.
So what we're going to do for now while I keep investigating this is I'm going to take a picture of you and send it to our guy who has facial rec. So you pull your hat off and your glasses off. So, and both the socials you gave me come back to other people. One of them's deceased, the other one's a lady, so I don't think either of those are you.
No.
We have technology, so he's using facial recognition now to try and figure out who this John Doe is. So he takes a picture of him, gets him to pose like it's for some kind of fucking high school yearbook photo, sends it to the facial rec team, and then he's also informing the man that actually the information he provided with the socials goes to different people. One of them's dead and the other one is a woman. So now things are getting even more suspicious. He does keep reiterating that he doesn't want to arrest this guy, but he just needs to confirm his identity, so just do his best to remember the accurate information so they can both get on with their day.
You don't think you got warrants or anything, do you?
As far as I know, I don't.
Okay. Well, have you committed any crimes?
And
Well, besides...
no.
Yeah?
No. I'm not out trying to outrun the cops on my bike.
Okay. All right, brother. Time to be honest with me, okay? So the info you give me comes back to a dead guy. Gregory Stallings is dead.
And the associate, right?
And the Soch, yeah.
That he gave?
Yeah. So who are you? You're Gregory, you're just not dead?
I'm not dead.
Yeah?
Dead.
They're getting pretty confident that something smells fishy here. There's something awry, so they confront him saying, look, Gregory Stallings is dead. Imagine if that guy was just then like, dead? He just starts profusely crying, no! How did this happen? And then all of a sudden he just starts like fading away like a Thanos snap or something. He was actually just like a spirit that was tethered to this world, didn't know that he died. But anyway, regardless, they're telling him like, look, this is fucked up now. We know that there's something definitely afoot. What's going on? Just tell us the real information here. But he's sticking to his guns, saying that, no, he is Gregory Stallings, and it might just be a misunderstanding because he's been kind of off the grid for so long.
Could it just because I haven't been on anything for a long, long time?
They don't just declare people deceased because they haven't heard from them in a little bit.
Okay, I'm just...
Did anyone contact back with the facial rec or nobody?
No, no hits.
No hits?
No hits. It said 2000 was the year of the death. Did you go missing in that year? Did you... Someone report you missing and then they just declare you...
I don't talk to my people in a long, 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 long time.
Not even Big Brother was able to nail him. Facial recognition came up nothing, empty-handed. So they're back in the field with nothing but their words to fight this battle and figure out who the fuck is this mystery man here. They then start speculating maybe it's a big misunderstanding and he perhaps went missing in the year 2000 when Gregory Stallings was pronounced deceased. Like maybe this is a fucking Hey Arnold Dino Spumoni moment where he faked his own death and he's still just out here. So they ask him, did you go missing? And he's like, well, no, I haven't talked to anyone in a really long time.
During the officer's phone call, he turns off his body cam and it cuts back into them somehow discovering the fact that he is a convicted rapist on the run for the last 30 years.
I get it, brother. I mean, I see both of it and I understand it. Yo, none of us are mad at you. I'm just baffled that law enforcement has let you go for 30 years and not push the issue.
They cut out the part where they discover the truth. Like, that is literally removing the climax of this whole situation. It'd be like watching a Sherlock Holmes film and they take out the part where they piece everything together to get the conclusion. That's so fucking stupid. What? So apparently, they somehow were able to figure out that this guy is not Gregory Stallings. Instead, he's this convicted rapist from the 80s who escaped in 1995 and has been on the run ever since. That's like a crazy amount of like breadcrumbs to put together, and they don't tell you exactly how that came about. That's fucked up. Like, I've said this for a long time. I think it is so fucking dumb that officers can willy-nilly turn on and off their body cam whenever they want. That, to me, defeats, like, the whole purpose of the body cam. If you can just turn it off at will. You read about that all the time in cases of like really fucking awful situations, and then mysteriously the body cam was turned off, or the body cam just happened to be turned off at that point. Like, it's so dumb. There should be protocol in place to prevent that from happening.
But then eventually VC showed up. VC said, hey man, cut the shit. Tell us your real name. He just told him his real name. Did that like 6 times.
This is the only information I could find about how they got to the bottom of it. So VC showed up, just said, cut the shit, and the guy just forked over all the information, I guess, just vomited out all of the truth. So maybe it wasn't like a really elaborate investigation that led to them discovering this. I think it was just this guy showed up looking all hard-boiled and shit and just pressed him saying, like, we know you're lying, just tell us your real name and everything. And then the guy did.
Can you go to the vape shop, buy me a pack for $4.52?
I am really inclined to do that because you were honest with us. So what kind do you want?
The Crown Menthol 100.
I'm not going to remember that. Crown Menthol 100.
Yeah, just keep it, ask me for the cheapest menthol they got. Both matches, too. I don't even have a light. Thank you.
That's old.
I do need a cigarette.
You have a light though?
No. That's why I'm telling you to give me a book of matches.
Okay, alright, just making sure.
Book of matches too.
Book of matches.
They're acting like best pals now. He even sends the officer grocery shopping for him to get cigarettes. I don't understand. He's like, yeah, you know what, I'm inclined to do that because you were honest with us. So he's rewarding him with like a fucking lollipop here, giving him the cigarettes. Maybe that was the deal they made, like, hey, look, pal, we know you're lying, and I'll go get you some cigarettes if you just tell us your real information. He's like, alright, bet, and then did so. It's also so weird how friendly they're being with this guy. They even in sync said book of matches together like some shit out of a buddy cop movie. But he's a convicted rapist. I've seen so many body cam videos where they're being unreasonably aggressive to people that are being cooperative and not rapists. Like, people that are, you know, getting busted on like super simple drug charges or something. They're like, you're the scum of the fucking earth. Listen, pal, you're lucky I don't run your fucking head on the pavement right now and curb stomp the shit out of you. And meanwhile, this guy, who's a rapist who escaped from a halfway house 30 years ago, they're like, yes, you want those cigarettes? Yeah, we can do that for you. But anyway, looking deeper into the George Hartleroad case, that's this guy's real name. He is not Greg Stallings. Huge twist. He is George Hartleroad. And he was convicted of rape in 1983. And in 1994, he escaped from a halfway house, and he's been on the run ever since.
They're going to, oh, we got him again. Oh, we caught him.
You're not, everything,
No,
everything you said today has been 100% correct. I can't be mad about any of it, because you've been 100% correct, other than the dead guy's name.
I didn't even know the guy was dead.
Yeah, now you're going to find someone else in 95.
Yeah, he died like 5 years later. He did not last very long.
He did.
So you better find someone else.
Well, that'd be easy, don't worry.
That'd be easy.
There was a brief moment during this where they weren't sure if they were supposed to arrest him, like if the state would still want him after all of this time. And eventually they concluded that, yeah, the state does still want him. And then they explained that he's going to need to take someone else's identity because the one he was using's been dead for so long. I think they were just joking about that. I don't think they're actually giving him, like, pro tips or anything on how to take someone else's identity. But he says it's easy to do that. So Greg Stallings was a real person. And apparently, George Hartleroad is pretty familiar with how to get that kind of information. Apparently, you can just get that at some homeless shelters. The other officer mentions that he was surprised he didn't just take it from someone's mailbox and piece it together that way. But then George explains that that'd be deeper shit because that's a much harder thing to do, or a more dangerous thing to do. So it turns out he wasn't just pulling names and numbers out of his asshole, he actually did have that information, which probably explains how he'd been able to get by for the last 30 years when needing to provide information for certain things. So it wasn't just an imaginary friend that he made up.
I will jump again as soon as they turn me loose.
Every time...
No, guys, they've been popping my ass for 30, 41 years now.
Yeah.
On a 9-year sentence.
Every time I think I kind of got an idea of what's going on, stuff like this, just like you could buy IDs at homeless shelters, and would never have thought.
He talks about his ass being pumped, and then even makes like a quick villain monologue about how he will jump again. Like, you know, now he's going full mask off here. So they've got him, they arrested him, and it looks like he will be facing some punishment for the last 30 or so years after escaping.
I knew they'd want me. Well, I worked in their office at one time, and I'm the one that posted all the flyers in the thing at one time for them.
That's pretty much the end of the encounter. They then, shortly after that, put him into the car, and he just gives that last maniacal laughter, the mwahaha. He hits him with, like, that classic villain laugh. Like, he looks like a wizard, and it seems like something Saruman would have done once the plan started coming together. Like, he actually hits them with, like, an evil laugh at the very end there. So yeah, I saw this earlier today and just wanted to talk about it because it was just so interesting to me. That's really about it. So yeah.